Hi Chris, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How much have you aged with the withdrawals last week?
How much have I...
How much have you aged with withdrawals in the last
How much
week?
have I aged? We're used to it. You know, that's international football. Disappointing, obviously, for the lads that couldn't make it. But nevertheless, we've got a strong squad here. Really happy with the players we've got. A lot of new faces who have done fantastic. And of course we've got the captain and the likes with a load of experience. So no complaints from us about who's here and who's not here. You know, we concentrate on the players who are here. And it's a strong squad, and it'll be a strong lineup tomorrow night.
Has the withdrawal, Hal Robson-Kanu, made you have to change things at all?
You know, I think Hal, he's had a tough season, really. You know, he's been in and out with West Brom. He's been carrying an injury, and I think it's just caught up with him, unfortunately. So he tried in the first week, but towards the end of it, it was clear, you know, he wasn't going to be anywhere near the levels that we needed physically. So, you know, then you can't really be coming to places like this if you half fit and expect to perform. You know, it's just not going to happen. So we've lost Hal, unfortunately. But you know, that's opened the door for young Dan Jim from Swansea, who's done very, very well with Swansea's under 23s. He's done fantastic in the tournament with the younger team, and he's come into the training sessions and done great. You know, so like I said earlier, with the new faces we've got, they've done very, very well.
With the absentees, obviously we haven't mentioned Gareth, but we will now, because you'd be disappointed if we didn't. With the absentees, if you were to get something here, how would you rank that among the results that you've picked up?
We've gone to. Told the players last week we've gone to Belgium without Gareth Bale and got a result. Without Ashley Williams and got a result. If you go to someone like Belgium, actually the last player you want to be missing is Ashley Williams, because of your long periods without the ball, you're defending a lot. But we've done it. So, I said earlier, there's no complaints from me. Come what may tomorrow night. I firmly believe we've got enough about us to get what we need tomorrow. Look, he is who he is. He's one of the best players in the world. And any team would miss him. But you don't win with one player, and you don't lose because of one player. It's all about the team. It always has been, always will be, not just for Wales, for everybody. So, you know, with what we've got, I'm confident that this will be, you know, this big challenge that's coming tomorrow. We're looking forward to that, and I think we've got enough in our ranks to make sure it's a positive outcome. And
would a point be enough for you tomorrow, do you think?
I think if we're serious about qualifying outright, it's a game we can't lose. But, you know, we need to have it right to come here. They're seen as the strongest group, strongest team in the group. And if you look at our 5 games already, 1 win and 4 draws. We've gone to Austria and drawn. We've gone to Republic of Ireland and drawn. You know, we really should have beaten Serbia at home. We did enough to win the game. Last 5 minutes, we hit the post and it bounces out. They go up the other end and score. That's football, and the margins are so small. But like I said at the start, as long as we're halfway in the group and we're in with a shout, in with a chance, and we most certainly are in with a chance. 4 points, okay. But there's 15 points left to play for. And we're playing against probably the strongest team. But fantastic. I think they won't look at us maybe like they looked at us once upon a time. And nor should they. So it's all to play for tomorrow night. It's a great game for us to be involved in.
And last one from me. A year on, of course, from Bordeaux. That was a really tough test as well. Are you calling on that sort of spirit to get you through, do you think?
Yeah, you know, it's not one-off, you know, in this campaign or that. This this team has been, and the majority of the boys that we've got involved in this squad, they've been doing it for some time now. I think if you look at the run of games they've had, I think we've lost one in, I think 17 campaign games, something like that. You know, we got to a semi-final of a tournament. What you can say about the group of players we've got is they know how to put a performance in. And that's, you know, we don't always play fantastic football. Sometimes we need to dig it out. We need to be ugly. But that's football. You can't have it all your own way. And that's all this team have ever done, you know. At their best, when they're in games and they're up against it, they see it out and they stay in the game. And then, you know, we end up more or less getting something what we need. But we don't give away points easily. We don't give away wins to the opposition easily. And I know that because look at the history. I couldn't say that in the first 18 months of my time here. Since then, I know I can say that because the proof's in the pudding. History is what it is. And what we are for any opposition is a real tough 90 minutes. And I'm proud that I can say that about the team.
Actually, just your thoughts on the magnitude of the game as well. I mean, most people calling it make or break, the defining game of the campaign. Do you go along with that? I mean, lose this and it could be all over?
No, I don't think so. We're still in a good position, you know, halfway through. It is a big game against a tough team. It's one that we're preparing to win. But if we don't, you know, we carry on whilst there's still games to go and points that we can, you know, whilst it's still available, we'll try our best to go and get it.
But obviously a Serbia win and the Republic of Ireland win earlier against Austria, they're both then 7 points in front of Wales. That's a very difficult task. Yeah,
it'll be tough, yeah. And as I say, we're not planning for that anyway, so we've been working to win. But we do understand, you know, it'll be a difficult game, and we'll see. It's international football, but, you know, for the last 9 days, we've, you know, been working to win.
And just on the Euros, I mean, we mentioned it's exactly 12 months since the opening game there in France. Does the mind wander back to that? And do you remember how you felt this time last year?
Yeah, definitely. You think about it all the time, as I'm sure, you know, we all do. It's just a nice experience to call on. It's not something that we're thinking about too much going into this game. You know, we're fully concentrating on this one. I think the 12 months have gone really fast as well. But, you know, it's nice that we've got that experience and, you know, good memories of the summer. But, you know, that was the summer, you know, that's gone now. You know, we're in the mix here in this campaign and we're trying to win this game.
It's been a busy 12 months and for you, obviously, things have changed. You've gone to Everton. How do you think that move has helped you as you sit here now? Are you a better player, do you feel, than you were this time last year?
I'm not sure about that, but I've enjoyed the season, you know, with Everton. I think we've had a good season. You know, I played every game, you know, bar, I think, one when I first signed and one through suspension. So for me personally, you know, I'm happy with the move. I think the team's done well, and, you know, I've had an okay season for my first season. In terms of Wales, you know, it's business as usual. I've been here a long time now, and it's, you know, another camp. You just get on with it. It's a massive game, and, you know, for me, this camp, it's more, you know, trying to look after the younger boys. We've got a bit of a different squad with a lot of young players, so trying to look after them and just letting them know the way we work when we get on camp, and making sure the boys are, you know, in best shape they can be for this game.
And obviously, you know, talking about going back and thinking about the Euros, I mean, do you see the next campaign, Russia, as maybe your last chance to perform at a major tournament? I mean, I'm not sure whether 2020 you'd still be performing. I'm not trying to rush you out of.
It's just trying to retire me today.
Retire you, but you know, do you know what I mean? I mean, is it perhaps your?
No, it's fair enough. Well, you know, I enjoyed the Euros. I didn't know if I'd ever get to a major competition, and, you know, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Desperate to get to Russia. Who knows what'll happen after that? I don't know how I'll be feeling, you know, physically and mentally. That's for a different time completely. You know, right now. We've got a game tomorrow, we've got this campaign, and that's really all I'm thinking about. Obviously, I'm not a spring chicken now, you know, I'll be 33 in August, but, you know, who knows, if you're performing and the manager still thinks you're good enough, you can play for as long as you want to as well. So it's something that I'll have to think about, you know, in the near future, I think, definitely. But for right now, it's not, you know, it doesn't even cross my mind.
At least you get a holiday this year, this summer.
Yeah, after this, we'll go on holiday. But we've enjoyed it. The last 2 weeks or whatever we've been in camp, we went away, and it's always good. I think you understand that the boys really enjoy each other's company here, and we have a laugh outside of training. We work hard in training. We're always glad to come together. I don't think there was it wasn't a feeling of we're missing out on holiday time or anything. It's business, and we was more than happy to come together. And as I say, we've had a good time. We've put some good work in, and I feel that we're ready to go and win the game.
Next question. Anybody? Laurie?
Hi, Ash. I sort of sense from you there, you've obviously been to Belgium, you've been to Israel, these games were big away games, and you came away with clean sheets and positive results. This stadium's going to be pretty raucous, I think, tomorrow night. Do you relish this kind of opportunity, though, to prove your mettle as a Wales team?
Yeah, live for them. I think as a team we live for these nights, and it doesn't always come off. I think we've seen that before in the past, but of late, this is the kind of game that we love. And when you're up against it in a different country, and you're working hard, and you're backing your mate up, and as a team, once you get in that groove, it's difficult to beat. We're very resilient, and we're a gritty team, and that's what we've been concentrating on these last couple of weeks. It's another opportunity for us to go out and do that and show our togetherness, put in a big shift, and hopefully get the result that we want.
Phil, over there.
Chris, you mentioned the Belgium game a couple of years ago when you were without several key players. Aaron Ramsey had a big game that night. Do you expect more of the same tomorrow from him, and what can he give you think?
Yeah, there's none better than, I think, big players step up for big occasions. He's always done that. So, when we've needed something, our players have produced. I think Aaron's the type of player that he has the capabilities to run a football match, and we've seen that. And if you're going to succeed, you need all different types of characters, all different types of talents and players. And Aaron's, I think we saw him at his best in the tournament. I think these first 5 games of this campaign, we've only had him twice, to my recollection. I think we've missed him for 3 games. You need your best players at their best if you're going to succeed. And like I said, the best player step forward under the pressure, and the man to my left has been no better example than that either. And like Ash has said, these big occasions, the players love it. They thrive on it. We're told there's going to be a full house, 50,000 tomorrow. We're hoping there's going to be. You always want to be involved in atmospheres like that. So the first time we've been involved in it, and you Aaron Ramsey's and the likes, all the players, they thrive on that. I think because Gareth's not there, people will look to Aaron, but I look to Aaron even when Gareth is there. He's the type of player that can win a football match, and he's the type of player that can do a lot of things and not most other players can. So he's extremely important, but he's exactly the same when Balo's there. He's a vital player for us.
Okay, before we move on to Ash in Welsh, any questions from the Serbian press at all?
Pitanja od strane srpskog presa? Ima?
Dobro večer. Nenad, nacionalna televizija Srbije. Pitanje za selektora Krisa Kolmana. Kako komentariše mišljenje iz srpskog tima što neigranje Gareta Bale'a neće biti prednost Srbije?
This is from the national TV broadcaster. Question for you, Mr. Coleman. How do you comment the comments from the Serbian team and generally the Serbian side that you being without Gareth Bale will not be a plus for Serbia? Meaning even being without Gareth Bale, that's not a plus for the Serbian team.
Yeah, I think it's a compliment.
To je kompliment.
For us, that they think we're not a one-man team.
Kompliment je za nas da srpska ekipa ne smatra da smo reprezentacija koju čini samo jedan čovek, samo jedan igrač. One more?
Yeah. Za kapitana gospodina Williamsa. šta misli od koga mu preti najveća opasnost u timu Srbije, s obzirom da igra u odbrani, a s obzirom na to da je Srbija najefikasniji tim u grupi trenutno. A sigurno i poznaje te igrače.
The question is for you, Mr. Williams. Considering you are a defender and you probably know the players on the Serbian team, what is your opinion? Who is the greatest danger for you tomorrow? Considering the Serbian team is in the top of the group, being the most efficient team at the moment?
I think they have a lot of good players, ones that I face week in, week out in the Premier League.
Ima puno dobrih igrača, poznajem one koji su igrali i koji igraju u Premier Ligi. Okay, can you just look at the journalist who's asking the question because of the camera?
No
worries. Sorry.
But I do think that the team itself, the Serbian team, is probably the strength, similar to ours. They've got some individually very good players, but as a team, that's what we've been talking about. We don't single out a player to try and shut down. We concentrate on our game and their game.
Ne želim da izdvojim nijedno posebno. Razgovarali smo o tome. Srpska ekipa je jaka, ima puno jakih individualaca kao igrača, ali gledamo da se usmerimo i koncentrišemo na ono što mi možemo da pružimo, da ne izdvojimo nikog posebno.
Za selektora 2 pitanja. Da li ćemo biti najteži meč u karijeri, obzirom da ako izgubi, Wales ima male šanse da se plasira na svetsko prvenstvo i koji očekuje rezultat Austrija, Irska?
For you, Mr. Coleman, 2 questions. Do you think that tomorrow's match, that it will be the most difficult match of your career, considering that in case that you lose, there are small chances for Wales to qualify for the World Cup in Russia? And the second question is, what do you expect? What would be the result of the match, Republic of Ireland, Austria?
I'll answer the second question first. That'll be a tight game, Austria, in Dublin. 2 good teams. We've faced both teams, 2 good teams. It's a tough one to call. Both teams are capable of winning.
Odgovorit ću prvo na drugo pitanje. U Dublinu tesno. Republika Irska, Austrija tesno. 2 jake ekipe. Biće dosta teško i ne mogu da, nije rekao konkretno ništa što se tiče samog rezultata.
And the first question, if I take it in the right context, my most difficult game of my career?
Yeah, considering...
No.
Ne smatram.
No, I think it'll be a tough game. We're up against a team that we respect. And I think a team that's very similar to ourselves in the way the players play for the jersey, for the nation, with a lot of passion. But every game as a manager is tough, and you can't look at one and say this is going to be the toughest. I've been a manager for 15 years, a long time, a lot of games. This is another tough test. But again, like I said, I'm in a situation where I always wanted to be, where representing my country and other countries are taking us seriously. And that's where I always wanted to be. So if there's added pressure with that, I welcome that.
Ne smatram da će ovo biti najteža utakmica moje karijere. Smatram da igramo protiv jake ekipe, igramo protiv ekipe koja igra za dres, koja igra za grb, ekipa koja je slična nama, ekipa koja pokazuje respekt i koju mi poštujemo. Ja sam trener i u ovom sam poslu preko 15 godina. Ne smatram nijednu utakmicu da je najteža u mojoj karijeri, sve to još samo jedan ozbiljan test. Smatram da treba da budem dobar predstavnik svoje države, da svoju državu sutra dobro predstavimo i da prosto ne posustanemo, da se odbranimo, odnosno da igramo najbolje što možemo.
Thank you. And for Mr. Williams, šta im je rekao Bale, Gareth Bale?
Any message?
I šta im je poručio, možda?
Has there been any message from your colleague, Gareth Bale, regarding tomorrow's match?
No, not as yet, but I'm sure he'll speak to us tomorrow before the game.
Sutra pred utakmicu. Ta će razgovarati s njima.
OK, thank you. If we just take some questions in Welsh for Osian, so ni gael cwbl o gwestiynau yn Gymraeg I Osian, os gwch chi? Wys mynd, Owain.
Osian, os oedd dda. Lot o chwaraewyr ddim ar gael, rhaid I gwachardd, rhaid ddim ar gael oherwydd anafiadau. Pa mor anodd ydy'r paratoadau wedi bod ar gyfer y gêm hon gan ystyried hynny gyd?
Os oedd dda. Wrth gwrs, mae Sion bob amser pan da ni'n colli chwaraewyr pwysig I ni'n y garfan sydd wedi bod efo ni am cyhyd. Ond da ni hefyd wedi gweld dipyn o ffresni yn y chwaraewyr ifanc sydd wedi dod I mewn. Ac yn dangos bod y dyfodol yn ddisglair i'r grŵp yma chwaraewyr, yn enwedig efo'r to ifanc sy'n dod yn dilyn ar ei holan o. Mae'r chwaraewyr profiadol fel Ashley Williams a'r hogia yma wedi bod yn holl bwysig drwy'r bythefnos ol yma'n helpu'r hogia ifanc drwy'r gwaith ar ymarferion ac yn y blaen. Ond da ni wedi bod yn bles efo'r hogia sydd wedi dod I mewn. Ond wrth gwrs, da ni'n gwybod hefyd fod ni wedi colli chwaraewyr sydd efo ni fel arfer. Ond yr unig beth all rhywun wneud ydy gweithio efo'r chwaraewyr sydd ar gael ac gwneud yr gorau ohoni. A da ni wedi cael bythefnos dda iawn. Gafon ni wythnos dda iawn yn Portugal. A da ni wedi cael wythnos dda iawn, wythnos yma yn darparu.
Osh was asked about the absentees, if that had made things more difficult. And he said, of course, you always want to have your best and most experienced players, but has provided the opportunities to bring some fresh faces into the squad, young players, and it shows that the international side has a good future for this particular team. The likes of Ashley Williams and other senior players have been vital in the last fortnight because they've been such a help for the young players around them, helping them integrate into the squad. Yes, we've lost players, but we have to work with the players that are here, and we've had two fantastic weeks in Portugal and in Cardiff last week.
Ers I Chris gymryd yr Ywena, ddim dyma'r tro cyntaf lle ydych chi wedi bod mewn sefyllfa debyg. Ydych chi wedi bod oddi cartre yn do heb chwaraewyr, mae rhywun yn meddwl am Wlad Belg, mae rhywun yn meddwl hefyd am y perfformiadau da gawch chi'n gwlad Israel hefyd. Faint o hyder ydych chi'n gallu gymryd o'r perfformiadau yna cyn y gem?
Wel, oedd y noson yna yn mis Medi 2012 yn un fydd yn aros yn y cof efo ni gyd oedd yma bryd hynny. Oedd hi'n noson hyn llefus. Ac ar adegau, heina di'r nosweithiau lle ti'n dysgu fwyaf. Ond be mae'r grŵp yma chwaraewyr wedi wneud ers hynny ydy aeddfedu, wedi dysgu o'r profiad yna. A dyna pam yda ni wedi bod ar ediad mor dda os lecid I mewn gema rhagbrofol am gyhyd ers hynny. Ac mae hynny'n rhoi nerth I ni, mae'n rhoi hyder I ni. Ac wrth gwrs, mae'r ysbryd sydd ymysg y garfan yma, fel mae pawb yn gwybod yn barod yn arbennig, ac fydda ni angen yr ysbryd yna nos fory.
Oshan was asked about significant, difficult other away matches, Belgium and Israel. How much confidence did the squad take from that? Oshan mentioned September 2012, how everyone involved that night had learned from that experience. The squad as a whole, management team, everyone had matured and learned a lot. And that was shown in the record in the qualifying games since then. And he had all sorts of confidence in this squad when it comes to difficult matches, and that will be vital tomorrow night in the game against Serbia. Un arall. Dim problem.
Sut ydych chi'n ar ôl yr Euros, da di byth yn fydd yn hawdd yn amlwg I ailadrodd y llwyddiant yna. Gyffredinol, sut ydych chi'n asesu eich sefyllfa chi yn y grŵp ar y funud, ac o ran y gêm yma nos fory, ydych chi'n gweld yn gêm mae rhaid I chi ei ennill neu gêm posib na ydych chi'n gallu fforddio eich olli?
Wel, mae rhaid ni ddal I fyny yn hwyr neu hwyrach, oherwydd da ni tu ôl wrth gwrs I ddau o'r tîm yma ar hyn o bryd fel da ni'n siarad ar y foment. Felly mae gynnon ni waith dal I fyny yn wneud. Mae rhaid ni wneud hynna hefo 5 gêm yn weddill, da ni hanner ffordd drwad. Mae'r gemau I gyd wedi bod yn gemau tyn hyd yn hyn. Chydig iawn sydd wedi bod rhwng y tîm yma. Ac fydd i'r un fath fori yn y tair gêm fydd yn cael ei chwarae yn y grŵp. Ond y peth pwysig I ni ydy bod ni'n dal I drio adeiladu, dod I le sydd yn anodd I berfformio. Ond fod ni yn perfformio, da ni'n gwybod fod rhaid I ni wneud hynny. Be da ni angen o ran pwyntiau ac yn y blaen amser a ddengys. Ond yr unig beth da ni'n wybod ydy, os fydda ni ar yn gorau nos fory, yna mae gennym ni a fod ni'n perfformio ar yn gorau. Mae gennym ni gyfle o fod yn cael rhywbeth allan o'r gêm ac gan i weld be fydd hynny ar ddiwedd y 90-95 munud neu beth bynnag fydd hi.
The question was about how would you assess the position that we're in at the moment. Can you afford to drop points tomorrow? And Osha mentioned over 5 games to go. We've got to catch up sometime because we are behind 2 other countries that have 5 games left. He expects everything to be tight tomorrow night in all 3 games in the group. And certainly as a squad, as a team, we'll have to perform tomorrow night. But one thing's for certain, if we're at our best, then we'll get something from the game tomorrow. Okay, diolch Osian. Okay, thank you. Diolch fawr. Ni orffen fyna, we'll finish it there. Is that okay? Thank you.
Imaš neko pitanje što se tiče presa Srbije, novinara? Nema? There is one more question, if that's okay.
We'll take one more question. Okay, thanks.
Evo još jedan.
U stvari 2.
Actually, 2.
Kapitan Srbije Branislav Ivanović je rekao, ima nešto drugačiji pristup od vas. Rekao da je ovo možda najvažnija utakmica u generaciji i da se u stvari igra za 6 bodova, ne za 3, zbog razlike koje može da se napravi. A drugo pitanje je da li možete konkretno da kažete koji je cilj sutra za vaš tim? Pobjeda, bod?
To je za selektora. Mr. Coleman, for you, both questions. We had a press this morning, the Serbian team, and the media representative is asking, considering that Branislav Ivanović has a completely different, the captain of the Serbian team, has completely different approach, meaning that this match might be maybe one of the most important matches of the generation, considering that actually this match can carry 6 points, referring to the difference, the 2-point difference. Yeah. So can you just comment on that? And the second question, what is the idea for you tomorrow? What's actually your goal? A win, a draw, your ideas for tomorrow match? What is your plan? What is your desire?
Yeah, I understand your captain's comments, and it's true. When you talk about the void, the points, the difference, of course. But from our point of view, and our press guys I've heard this from me before, we never talk, I never demand from the players, I never mention the word win to our players. Once you start concentrating on the end, on the outcome, then you don't focus on the process. And that's what we've always done, it's the performance. And normally a good performance, win is the byproduct of a good performance. So that's what we always concentrate on. We know the ramifications of a win, a draw, a loss. Of course we know. But then you forget, you come into a challenge like this and you don't enjoy it. And what's not to enjoy about this? Playing in front of a full stadium in Belgrade against a good, strong team who maybe, I think if fingers are pointed at them, have underperformed, considering the talent they've got in the last 4 or 5 years. So I understand there's a lot of pressure on them. So it's a great game for us to come here. And this is like our captain said earlier, we thrive on this, look forward to it. These are challenges you don't want to miss. You want to be involved in it. So that's how we see it.